Welcome back everyone to the Town Hall 15. But today we're going to be talking about Super Bowlers again. So I'm going to be showing a talk that I did yesterday where we planned this space. And this space is a little common, having like the town halls on the outside, and it's pretty hard to plan these style bases, these style attacks using Super Bowlers on these type of bases because it's pretty hard to plan sometimes. And so my thought process on this base initially, most of the time people want to have to get the town hall with like the water walk and stuff, but having like the bows, all the heroes, invisibility tower is pretty hard. So most of the time you want to go like across the base, like that's like more risky part, going across the base, but then going everything in the town hall, you're gonna be leaving so much on the back end, which will be the monolith, both scatters, eagle, multi on the back end. So it's pretty hard to plan these sub bases, but we're gonna be showing off how I planned it and how I thought about my initial plan on this base and why I did it. So first thing I did was I decided most of the time you would want to ward on wall one side, then fling on one side, and then everything in the middle. But most of the time for some of these style bases, I like to use the ground warden with the and the flinger together to set a funnel. So I do it that way because while I'm using the ground warden and the flinger to funnel, I was able to funnel this side easier. So that's why I didn't bring the flame flinger on this side, because this is good flame flinger value. This is good value for the flame flinger. You only have to work with these two mortars, but this is good value with the flame flinger. But I decided it's easier to funnel it this way with the hero and the ground ward and the flame flinger, because I can funnel this side easier. And dropping where I drop my jumps, I think was my best thing, dropping my jumps in this area, because with super bowlers you do not want them to be splitting. That's the worst thing. They already have the triple bumps. Having them split up and go different directions, first thing, the spells aren't going to be used as efficiently as you would want. Secondly, the supporters are not going to have that big of a push through the middle of the base, because you always want them together, so the spells and everything, when they do their triple bounce, like their first initial throw on the rage taking on defense, it goes on first try, instead of having to wait and one or two bowlers go one way and two other bowlers go the other way, and then one of the bowlers on its own. So most of the time you want them to be together. So what I did was I dropped my ground water over here and my flame finger to set the funnel. I dropped my balloons. Mostly using balloons is better in a sense than sometimes hogs. I see some people players talk about why don't bring hogs, or just on like stream, on Bash's stream they ask about hogs. Reason being you don't want to bring hogs is you're gonna be pulling skeletons, and in some instances pulling the skeletons is not a bad idea, because then you can use a wizard to clean up. But most of the time you only have little cleanup when you're using super bowlers, because I use it in different variants. I use 4 super bowlers, I use 5 super bowlers, but I like using 6 for some reason. I don't know why, but I do like to use 6. But most of the time, bring the balloons are better, because you can then pull the Teslas, and then you'll be good. Because that's like the most annoying part of the Teslas than the skeletons. You can take out the skeletons with a wizard, but most of the time, bringing the balloons works a little bit more better in a sense. So that's why I bring balloons more than I bring hogs to find like traps and stuff. Cause I don't want to find traps. That's like the biggest thing. I don't want to find traps. If it finds the giant bomb, then yes, you could see where you use the hog. But the skeletons are a little more dangerous than the Teslas. The skeletons are a little bit more dangerous than finding that. But let's show off the plan here. So I decided to bring the ground warden and the flame flinger together so they can set the funnel. So there you go. So I can wall break into here, which I did. I wall broke in this compartment. I dropped the balloons there to protect, drop the healers, then I dropped the flame flinger in the dead corner. Dead corner. Because I know for sure nothing's gonna take. You can see finding all the secure lanes are better for my healers, and having the balloons able to find them is easier. So I drop an arch over here to start to set a little bit of a funnel on those army camps. And all I basically want, I don't make ground to jump over the wall to take this out. I just want him to take out the outside buildings because there's a lot of a funnel there already. And while the Fling is working on all of this, Fling can do all of this. When they run the ground warden did the funnel there, I set everything in. I dropped the ice column first just to freeze that single, and then I dropped my jump here. And reason why I dropped my jump here instead of inside, because I want everything to go down this compartment here instead of dropping them inside here. Reason being, I don't want them to split off because then they're going to be stuck in this compartment itself and nothing is going to come down here, which I want them to come down. So that's why I dropped the jump in this compartment. And yes, the eagle, yes, you would normally want to jump into eagle, but my second jump puts them in that compartment. My first jump, I want to keep everything together so my spells can be more sufficient, all my troops, while everything comes down. So I came them down. I dropped the first jump down so that everything stays together. So you see my first rage keeps everything together. Everything is together. I then will drop my second rage while everything is coming down. See, everything is still together. The healers, that's the biggest thing, keeping the supports together. The healers stay in one position. I don't want the healers going left, right, center. I don't want them doing that. I want everything to go together. My biggest push. All three of my heroes, King, Queen, and Grand Warden, healers, super bowlers, everything is together. So all my red spells are going to be used in big sufficiency. So it works really well. So you can see my super bowlers with the bounce, and the eagle goes down one time. So you can see why keeping the super bowlers together is sufficient. One jump, just like one jump, super bowler throw under the red spell, eagle is down. So the main defense of the game is down already. One of the scatter shots are down, eagle is down. The only two things that are going to be up will be the monolith and the scatter shot. And my flame flinger take over all of this. All of this my flame flinger take over already. So my second jump jumped into this compartment. Reason being, some is coming down. Everything is coming down. So their main push is going to come down. So they're going to be able to go to the town hall, and then they can jump into this compartment to take out some of this. But the main reason is I want everything together, and then I can use all of my spells. I use Grandma's ability with the King's ability. Reason being that we do that, when we pop the King's ability with all the barbarians and then popping Grandma's ability, the barbarians will go every which way and find every single trap, and they won't die. They won't die because they're under Grandma's ability. So that's why we do that, and it works really well. And having them under the Eternal Tome, they can help take out a hero, or even help take the town hall, because it's happened. It happened. So part of Ground's ability, everything is pushing out. You can see where I use my wrist, but everything is coming right now. Even though the Eternal Tome and the Visitor is now throwing, I was able to freeze the town hall, and these are a lot of where all the traps are, mostly all the giant bombs, all the skeleton traps, because most of the time when you see that space, I would use Blizzard on this space also. So I would drop a balloon to get the first sweeper to push down and drop the Blizzard in here. But mostly 90% of the time, 99% of the time, all the traps are here. Skeleton traps, giant bombs, spring traps, just to like destroy your back end of the base, because that's what they want to do. So all the supporters are here in this compartment, be able to help take out the town hall, and some are at the top here as well. So it did split off a little bit, but the main force is at the town hall already with the queen. So I freeze the town hall, so borders and the king up top here taking that out, and my main force here is taking out the town hall. So town hall is done. So that's a big part. Town hall is done already, and my flame is still getting value, which is what I want. And the only thing I really problem on this base is probably a single, because we're already targeting the monolith. So drop my RC over here to use the breadcrumbs of the cannon to then walk over to the monolith. And I don't technically need my hogs or my CC, because I've been using hogs. I use balloons. I use like different CC troops to see how it would work as well. So then the tornado targets my RC, but like I don't worry, everything is done already. The main push at the bottom is done. The bowlers are still alive. I put my RC's ability to get through the rest of the defenses. Diggy stuns the last single current Inferno Tower, And my queen is just up with the enemy king on the back end, but his base is crushed. His base is crushed from the get-go. That's why I planned it differently as well. So it worked out really well. We crushed this base. This base went on very, very quickly. And there are different ways to hit this base. Sometimes you fling in this compartment and then grab one here, but I didn't do that because everything, some things will split down, some things will split up, and then my jumps won't be as useful as possible. But that's just a way I would hit that base every time I see it. To hit that base with super bowlers. But that's just how I thought of planning it and using my jumps in where I did. And it worked out really, really well. But that's really it for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoy it. But before we end off this video, I know we didn't do any attacks. Citadel is literally been spun, and we will be doing that in Eden's Edge this month because we didn't have much 15s signed up. But we will be finishing off our laboratory. We finished off a laboratory, so we just had the apprentice warden and apprentice at one more level, and you can say I don't have the dark elixir. I technically do. I technically do have the dark elixir, but we still have one level left on the lassie till I'm 100% max. Basically 100% max. Just have one throughput grade and one level on the lassie. But I won't be using dark elixir on the laboratory. I will be using it on lassie, so I can spend some medals. So hammer fighting, and now to finish off, because it's basically max dark elixir. That's basically close max dark elixir with the final troop. So I'm gonna use a hammer fighting, and it knocks off 17 days. So 17 days, 12 hours, 3, 2, 1, bam. And now my lab is 100% max. Perfect, perfect, perfect. 100% max, free to play. That's really a big achievement. But that's it for me. I'll see you guys next time.